Good morning, everyone. How you doing today? Michael Zuber with One Rental at a Time, and we are continuing our expert series with Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Busy as ever.
Yeah, folks, do me a favor. You're in California looking to purchase or refi. You need to reach out to Matt, the mortgage guy, immediately. He is the man. He is helping One Rental at a Time students. Matt, let's hit it first. How do you want them to get a hold of you?
Matt, M-A-T-T at mattthemortgageguy.com. If you've got a scenario that you want me to look at, it's really easy. Hey, Matt, I'm thinking about refinancing. Here's the details, or even better, here's a copy of my mortgage statement. I think my credit score is about 737. I don't need cash out. What would rate and term look like? Or I'm thinking about taking 40,000. With just that, I can really give you a really detailed scenario. And I get people all the time that tell me this company wants to pull my credit. They want to collect docs. They want to walk you down the road because they want some stickiness. They want you to stick with them. Yeah. I don't need that, right? I'm busy enough where I can take 10 minutes and just say, based on what you've shown me, I think it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. And so, yeah, shoot me an email, Matt, M-A-T-T at mattthemortgageguy.com. Happy to help. Give me 24 hours to get back to you because I do like to sleep. I do run a busy mortgage business, but I'll get back to you, I promise.
And folks, one of the reasons I cleaned up my descriptions, and yes, I spent some money, is to make sure that you understand all the great resources that have come to the One Rental at a Time channel. And Matt, the mortgage guy, is one of them. So check it out. Link below, email below, have fun with it. Okay. We are going to talk about something I heard on CNBC the other day. It looks like the talking heads on TV have caught up to us, Matt. And apparently, I know this is not news to you, but it's news to them apparently. There's unrelenting demand in real estate. Are you shocked?
Yeah.
Have you heard this before?
Well, it's funny too. And it's like the big media outlets talk about today what we saw, months and months ago. And just they're interviewing sellers that I got 44 offers. They're interviewing buyers. Yeah. I've, lined up 50 people deep to go inside this house. But it was interesting because when they talked about not what's going on now, they talked about that, but they also talked about the future of real estate and real estate prices. They used the term unrelenting demand. And that's an interesting term too. Some interesting stuff was in that. And sometimes, the videos they put out, the articles are fluff. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But they actually kind of hit the nail on the head in this one that we saw. And what I thought was interesting was they also talked about the demographics, which I've seen from my buddy, Barry Habib. And so I've shared it that, the 34 to 36, forming a family, buying your first house, that demographic, if you look back, birth rates, 88, 89, and 1990, over the next few years, we've got more of them than we have in a long time. Like the chart just goes, more of those people, which means more buyers, more demand, right? And then they talked about that coupled with baby boomers who are healthier and living longer and aging in place.
Yeah.
So they're not selling.
Yep.
We've got more people wanting to buy. It, like everywhere you look, Mike, it just points to like, there's not enough housing. There's too much demand. And so the people that tell you that I'm going to press pause, I'm going to sit on the sidelines for 6 months, a year, 2 years. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's something that's definitely happening. So first and foremost, my feeling about kind of the talking heads on TV is they're generally acting on data that's 60 days old. The reason you're one of my experts, the reason I look at my market every day is I want to know what's going on now. And yeah, unrelenting demand is a fair term for the last 9 or 10 months. Although I do see a little bit of supply kind of sneaking in there, and we're seeing more people actually go into escrow. So again, I actually think we're going to a slightly less abnormal market. It's still great, still demand, still stuff, still flies. Instead of getting 12 offers, you get 6 offers. But yeah, it is weird how often they're late. They're like 60 days late.
Right. Well, yeah. So they're just now getting this. Me and you are feeling a little bit of tick up in inventory. And I saw the Sacramento and surrounding data, or I had my buddy Ryan send it to me. And in the last 90 days, it's gone from like 1,200 active to 1,600 active.
Exactly.
It's a 33%. It's a 33% increase. And so, we might see it in the next 30 or 60. They'll talk about it in October.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this is what I'm telling you. I'm still calling 2 million homes. People think I'm crazy, but again, we went from 12 to 1,600. But now realize, again, Sacramento probably needs 5,000 or 8,000 to be a normal market. So I'm not calling 1,600 like this watershed moment. It isn't. It's just going to get to a point where listings beget more listings. and people like, oh my God, Sally Smith listed her house and they got this. And consumers are creatures of habit. They all go in the same way. You're having dinner conversations that are something like this. Our house is too small. Our house is too old. We live in the wrong part of town. I want this. I want that. These conversations are happening, and that means listings are coming.
Yeah. And a part of that, like I've heard you said and others say, is that like as more listings come,
Yeah.
one of the biggest drivers, I think, of people hesitating to sell is they don't have anything to buy. So once there's more inventory to buy, okay, now I can list and sell. Because I've had dozens of those conversations where somebody calls me and over a 10-minute conversation, they kind of come to the realization, you know what? It sounds too hard. Forget about it.
Yes. Oh, this is too hard. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because I'm telling them like, the sell part's easy. The buy side's hard. And, you can do some sort of rent back and have, contingent on you finding a replacement property. You can do a bunch of stuff as a seller, but it's not as easy as it would be if there was 3 times as many listings and you knew that you could find your replacement property in 15 to 30 days. And so when that time comes and there's more stuff listed, it just snowballs it, where it's like, okay, now all these folks are listing who sat still because they couldn't find the replacement property to buy forward.
Yeah. So what I see coming is more supply, but it's not going to be enough supply to kind of dent this unrelenting demand. We have demographics. I love what Barry Habib said. He introduced it. It's like, guys, look at the charts. Who are the first time buyers? 30 to 35-year-olds. Guess what we have more of now than we've had in a long time. 30 to 35.
Right. And over the next 3 or 4 years,
it just keeps coming.
It just keeps going up. Yeah. So we're not slowing down. And the other interesting thing I've seen is that as much as we know we need more housing, we need more construction, builders they've pulled back.
Yeah. They're managing cash flow. They realize they have this crazy lumber prices, supply prices, all this stuff. More and more builders are laying pads and waiting. They're just laying the pad.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of interesting too, how they, create their own increase in demand. Like, oh no, we're going to slow down a little bit, and then they've got a limited supply. And so they're like, oh yeah, phase 2 is going to be $60,000 more.
Yeah. They're breaking contracts on existing contracts now. They're using acceleration clauses and going, hey, sorry, I know we agreed to 400. It's going to be 456 now. Do you want it? If not, they'll take it.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. I just had an interesting one where somebody came to me, the builder's lender couldn't close the loan. We underwrote it and figured, hey, we can do this loan. But they've been in contract since last July.
Oh my God.
And so now that the home is finished, I got one contract and they're buying it at $541 total price. 2 weeks later, as the loan is approved, I get a new contract that's $616.
That's a difference. Just in case you're wondering, there's a little difference there.
And in all fairness, I didn't dig in to figure out, is it upgrades or whatever it is, but I just thought that was interesting. And now it's like, listen, we've got a finished product. We're done. I literally had the closer from the builder send me a message last night, and we're almost done and got this deal complete. If we don't close it by the end of May, they're going to charge a per diem. And then this buyer is going to be paying a per diem until this builder gets their money.
Builders got all the power today. They've retreated. And they realize they're the prettiest girl at the dance. They're like, sorry, there you go. Well, yeah, unrelating demand, demographics. And don't forget, we got Wall Street. If there is any foreclosure wave, we got Wall Street standing behind them going, we'll take a 5% discount. That's what a lot of people don't realize that are hoping for a 50% crash. Wall Street won't let it happen. They've got hundreds of billions of dollars that they borrowed at less than 2%, ready to pounce on any deals across the country.
Right. Yeah, you're right. When there's demand behind demand, there's no way for it to slip that much. Yeah, because it starts to go down by 5 or 10% and then it gets gobbled up. And that's the thing with the inventory that we hope to see. Like you said, 2 million. It's going to be great. And it's going to help even things out a little bit, but there's so much demand that it's still going to get eaten up fairly quickly.
Yeah. And again, folks, I'm not calling for any kind of price decline. I was just pontificating. There may be a city or two that has odd realities where prices might, a wave might happen and prices get hit, but Wall Street won't let it fall. They're going to come in. So again, unrelenting demand. And how do you want them to reach out, Matt? They want to get a mortgage started or refi in California?
Just shoot me an email, Matt, M-A-T-T @mattthemortgageguy.com. You can check out the website, mattthemortgageguy.com. Check out the YouTube channel if you just want, interesting mortgage stuff. That's Matt the Mortgage Guy on YouTube. And somewhere on the interwebs. You type in Matt the Mortgage Guy, you should be able to find me.
There you go, buddy. Take care of yourself. This has been fun. Thanks.